Evaluate. Let's say that you are given this limit as x approaches 3 for absolute value of x squared minus 9 divided by x squared minus 4x plus 3. And they want us to evaluate this limit as x approaches 3 for it. So to solve this problem, on the numerator right here, you notice that x squared minus 9 can be factored out into x minus 3 times x plus 3 divided by the denominator. The factor form for the denominator will be x minus 3 times x minus 1. Once you have that, you can take the absolute value of the numerator, which will be x minus 3 times x plus 3. And as for the denominator, it will be the same. Once you factor the numerator and the denominator, you notice that x minus 3 on the numerator can cancel with the x minus 3 on the denominator. So these two cancel and you're left with x plus 3 divided by x minus 1. So it will be like this. Once you have the factor form out, you can do the plug-in method. So for this one, take the limit as x approaches 3 on the positive side. So for instance, this is the 3, and you want to take the limit as x approaches positive. That means you're going on the right side. You're approaching on the right side right here. So the more you approach it, it'll be 3. So it's an indication that you plug in 3 for the x right here. The 3 plus right here means on the right side, and the x is approaching 3. That's what the plus right here means. So you plug in the 3 on the numerator and then on the denominator, and you will get 3. So once you find out the positive limit for this given expression, the next thing you need to do is to find the negative limit for the given expression. So to find the negative limit for this given expression right here, you do the same thing. You factor the numerator since it's factorable, and you also factor the denominator since it's also factorable. But you write it differently because you are approaching the negative limit of it. So to write on the numerator, this is a factor form x minus 3 and x plus 3. Make sure you write the negative right here times the the absolute value right here. So it's important to remember that if you have an absolute value of x squared minus 9, you factor it out first, and then you write the negative for the first one with the parentheses. Always put the parentheses and the negative. And then for the second one, you put this absolute value bar, and then in the middle of the inside of the absolute value bar, you put a parentheses too. It's very important that you put it like this, like the negative and then parentheses and then the absolute value and then parentheses inside the absolute value, because this will make your algebra easier later on. So as you take the limit as x approaches negative for the numerator and the denominator, you notice that this one right here, the x minus 3 and the x minus 3 here, right here, can be cancelled out. So you're left with this expression. Once you're left with this expression, you can take the limit as x approaches negative, which means on the left-hand side. So on the left-hand side, if you're approaching the 3 right here, it will be 3. So you plug in the 3 for every x that you see, and then solve for it. So absolute value of the parentheses of x plus 3 will become x plus 3, but you still have the negative right here. And then you just plug it in. So it will be negative 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So it's very important that you keep track of, it's very important that you make this negative, you put a negative and this absolute value bar and this parentheses, because you notice that right here it will be easier to solve algebraically. So for this given expression, the positive limit will be 3 and the negative limit will be negative 3. And as for this given expression, the answer will be does not exist. So every time you solve a problem, it has negative number and this positive number is an indication that this given expression doesn't exist.